Okay, data structure. I would say that this is either it's for beginners, intermediate, and advanced. So with different levels, you will need to do different data structure, because it's very helpful for complex data analysis, and then it's very helpful when you want to do data passing between applications. So how does your mobile applications talk to server, the backend? The data passing format is using dictionary, or what we call JSON. JSON's objects is very widely used in nowadays in modern web applications. Any applications that you can see out there, I would say most of them, they are using JSON's format, because first thing is lightweight, and then it's very fast for you to pass different kind of data through applications. And then the next one is list. We use lists to store a lot of data types. We can use lists to store dictionary, we can use lists to store JSON, lists to store string. So mixing up with different data types in Python programming, it will be very helpful for you to build a complex data structure. Building a complex yet that the data structure doesn't affect the performance, it will take a lot of experience for you to play around with that. And I would say that it's quite important for you to understand how to build a proper data structures when you want to do when you plan to move into developer, or you plan to move into data scientist field. Okay, let me share on data structures. So we have two types of data structure. The first one is what we call list. Always remember, list is something when we start with square brackets. For example, list instructors. So this is a list, and this is my variable. I want to create a list of string. So this is a name. So inside this list, I have three values, and then I can print list instructors. So you print out all the value inside a list. Let's say I want to get Ruben's name out from the list. I can use list instructor. Then I use 1. I will get Ruben. This is because instead of using 2, remember I mentioned that in Python programming, all the index start from 0. So Dr. Law is 0, Ruben is 1, Edmund is 2. So 2. I will get Edmund. And 0, I will get Dr. Law. Now, creating variable is very, very easy in Python, but you must be very careful with variable names, because variable names in Python is very, very sensitive. For example, I created list instructors equal to a list of string, but let's say if I use instructors equal to 5, and then when I print it out, it will equal to 5, because you had changed or update the value inside the variable. So be very careful when you create any new variables in Python. Okay. And then of course, naming conventions, always give meaningful name to your variables. If you don't want to torture yourself or your friend, give the variable a meaningful one. Okay. because I do met some of the people that like to use x equal to 5, z is equal to 3, and y is equal to some quotients. But when I want to read the code, it will be hell for me because I need to understand what's going on. Let's say if I change this one to conversion label, number of instructors, number of classes. Isn't that much easier for you to read on this variable? So always remember, give a meaningful variable name, the naming conventions. Don't, if you want to torture someone, you can literally put like ABC to until Z or ABCD. So no problem. Okay, but good practice wise, give a meaningful name for your variable. Okay, next one. Just now I talked about list. The next one is dictionary. So for example, instructor profile. So the only difference between there's two difference between list and dictionary is list uses square brackets, but dictionary uses curly brackets. So I use curly brackets. And then dictionary, you will need to use key and value. So I will have a key, and then I will have a value. In dictionary, there's another name called key value pair. So name is our key, and then this is our value, and then it will create a one pair of it. And then next one, I will say class name equal to Python Jabil. And then this is other key value pair. My key is class name, and then my value is Python webinar. There's one hard rule for dictionary is the name must always be in string. You must start with a double quote or a single quote. So you can use this one as single quote, but as long as it's in a string data type, then it will work. Now, let me print out this instructor. Right? We'll be able to get the value. And then in order for me to get the value out, let's say I want to get Edmund's name. Profile. I can use name. You give me Edmund. So imagine when you want to pass the data from applications to applications, the other applications will need to understand or go through the whole dictionary to retrieve the data that it requires to display in the front end. If the data structures is easy to access, then the performance or the time for it to load the values from the dictionary will be a lot more faster, and then the user experience on the application will be better. This is why I mentioned that having a complex data structures and then yet it won't affect the performance of the applications is very important, which is you will need time or experience to build from there. But the reason why I tell you this one is because I will need to let you know what's next or what's in the future, and then you will know where you can learn from.